Our country's going bad, and it's going to be changed on November 5th. And if it's not changed, we're not going to have a country anymore.
Brian, looks like the president was really balanced. A somber tone.
Failed former President Donald Trump gave an interview on his plane to Brian Kilmeade of Fox News right after going to the wake of a New York police officer killed in the line of duty. Trump's entire presence there was, of course, one of these contrived moments that Trump is using to bolster himself above others. And you really have to see this. I watched this 3 times to see if I'm really seeing what I think I'm seeing. Trump goes on an unhinged rant, threatening that if he doesn't win in November, it's going to be certain destruction for the country. And then they cut to Fox and Friends host Lawrence Jones, and Lawrence Jones goes, a very somber tone from President Trump. It's a completely unhinged screed in which he threatens the country. And Lawrence Jones goes, very somber from Trump here. Look at this.
November 5th, that's election day. It's going to be November 5th. That is the most important period of time. It's the most important day in the history of our country. Our country's going bad, and it's going to be changed on November 5th. And if it's not changed, we're not going to have a country anymore.
Brian, looks like the president was really balanced. A somber tone.
Mm-hmm. A somber. What are you talking about? A somber tone? He's leaving the wake of a slain officer killed in the line of duty, and he threatens the country with, if he doesn't win, you're not going to have a country anymore. Very somber. Very, very somber. Trump also, by the way, facing 88 felony charges, and is jumping in on I support the police and others don't. He pulls that one with Brian Kilmeade during this interview as well.
Politically, he can't support the police. I think he's also making a mistake. But I think politically, his base won't let him support the police. And I support the police, I would say, at the highest level of any president by far, maybe double or triple.
Trump supports the police double or triple what anybody else does. But understand, of course, that these are also lies. Joe Biden has not defunded the police. Funding for police is not up to Joe Biden. Joe Biden has not advocated for defunding the police. No high-ranking Democrat has advocated for defunding the police. I don't really know anyone other than some people on Twitter, I guess, who want to defund the police. I know lots of people who want to reform. I know lots of people who want to improve, retrain, reallocate, all of those things. And it is actually Republicans who have made it a habit of saying we need to cut funding from the FBI. They're not exactly the strongest defenders of Washington, D.C. Capitol Police after the January 6th riots. But the rumor, the idea, the talking point persists that it's Democrats that want to defund. More from this sad excuse for an interview. Take a look at this. Is the start of it.
Mr. President, this is what we got up to today with the New York Post. Prime of his life, this officer taken out. You placed the call earlier this week. Why was it important for you to talk to Stephanie?
Well, it's really important for my campaign, Brian, to be seen as doing these things.
Stephanie's incredible, and they wanted me to be there, and I wanted to be there, and I came in from Florida. And what a family, the Diller family. And they lost a hero, really. I mean, just a hero. They're devastated. The family is devastated. The police force is devastated. The whole country feels this way. And it's happening more and more, and it's really a lack of respect for law and order, and we have to have law and order back in our country, and we're going to, because this can't happen. This was a brutal murder.
Not only is he a police officer in the prime of his life cut down, this guy had 70 collars in 3 years. He loved doing the job, and this is a blue blood family.
All right, so you kind of get it. First of all, Trump is lying that the number of that it's happening more and more that police officers are killed. It's a tragedy when police officers are killed, particularly since most of them are just trying to do their jobs and improve their communities. Most of them, that's the reality. And it's a tragedy when they are killed. But it's not happening more and more. You can actually go all the way back to 1996, almost 30 years, and you can see that essentially, officer deaths bounce between 100 and 140 per year. It once went as low as 80, by the way, under Barack Obama. It was as high as 140 under George W. Bush. By the way, right, not that we're talking a relatively small range, but it's not happening more and more. It's just not a reality that it's happening more and more. We have data on this, and Trump is lying. And then lastly, with regard to this interview, here is Fox News anchor Dana Perino in response to this Trump interview, playing up the growing criminality in the United States, despite the fact that crime is down, and it's down in a lot of places and significantly.
There's really a lack of respect for law and order, and we have to have law and order back in our country, and we're going to, because this can't happen. It's getting worse and worse for police because we're not taking care of them. We're not allowing them to do their job properly.
Former President Trump giving voice to what so many Americans are thinking after attending the wake for NYPD officer Jonathan Diller, who was fatally shot in the line of duty. A sad reminder as surging crime and devastating violence are transforming the nation's once vibrant cities into fearful danger zones. Welcome to a brand new hour of America's Newsroom. I'm Dana.
That entire thing was a lie. That entire thing was, first of all, if I recall correctly, this is the first NYPD officer killed in the line of duty in more than 2 years. So the idea that this is even an epidemic in New York is a lie. New York's violent crime rate, New York's murder rate, they are lower than those of Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And they love to talk about the dangerous democratic cities and blah, blah, blah. They are, and it's funny how she says, as many Americans are feeling. It's probably true. Many Americans probably are feeling that. But facts don't care about your feelings, I remember being told. And the facts, of course, are that officer deaths are basically flat dating back 30 years. Tragic when they happen, but basically flat. Violent crime is down. The murder rate is down. And New York is safer than Oklahoma City. Those are the facts. The feelings you can get from Dana Perino on Fox News. Everybody is unique, and it seems that our healthcare should be as well. You can often feel rushed at the doctor, or you get generic advice that you end up taking with a grain of salt. Many people don't even know there are options out there for a more personalized healthcare experience, which is why I'm excited to introduce our sponsor, Wild Health. Founded by 2 emergency room physicians, Wild Health takes a proactive and preventative approach to healthcare called precision medicine. They use your genetics, biometrics, lifestyle data just to help you figure out what do you need as far as nutrition and exercise, sleep, and more, just to function at your best right now and in the long run. I love what Wild Health is doing. I can see everything in one place on my health report. It's giving me a ton of insights that are actionable, and they do a really good job of helping me understand the results and the improvements I can make. My audience gets 20% off the cost of membership. Go to wildhealth.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman at checkout. Make this commitment to yourself. Take control of your health today. The link is down below.